Now let's talk about a frozen conflict, the war in Ukraine. President Zelensky is in a difficult position. His military campaign is failing to deliver. Western aid is drying up and Ukraine's counteroffensive has hit a dead end. So Zelensky is trying to shake things up. Yesterday, he sacked his army chief and appointed a battle-hardened general in his place. This is the biggest change in Ukraine's military leadership since the war with Russia began in 2022. But will a change of guard be enough to revive Kyiv's campaign? Our next report explores.
A handshake is often a symbol of camaraderie, but in this picture, it indicates the end of a period marked by tension. The person on the right is General Zaluzhny. Until recently, he led Ukraine's armed forces, but this week, he's leaving the job. A war is perhaps the worst time for a military shakeup. But for Zelensky, a change had become necessary. There was growing friction between him and the general. Zaluzhny was increasingly at odds with the president. Writing for The Economist last year, Zaluzhny had admitted the war with Russia had reached a stalemate. Zelensky's office disagreed. The president's team declared such commentary only benefits Russia. But Zaluzhny refused to be held back. Within weeks after this interview, his differences with Zelensky became more apparent. Zaluzhny wanted a mass mobilization. He wanted another 500,000 soldiers to be drafted. Zelensky disagreed. In recent days, the two leaders only grew further apart. The general took his complaints public. In December, Zaluzhny gave a press conference where he declared that he was unhappy with the way soldiers were being drafted.
As for the local draft offices, as of now, frankly speaking, I'm not currently satisfied with the work of the draft offices. If I was satisfied with their work, we would not discuss this bill right now.
The general was talking about a proposed law to reform the army draft program. The criticism was damaging for Zelensky. Zaluzhny became a household name and a national hero for fighting the Russians. He was an inspiring commander for his troops. Despite the stalled counteroffensive, Ukrainians showed more faith in Zaluzhny. According to a recent opinion poll, Zaluzhny was more popular than Zelensky. Despite that, the president sacked the general. He believes Ukraine needs a new approach and a different direction under a different general.
Суттєво більша технологічність дій армії.
Tens of generals are being considered for leadership positions in the army and will serve under the leadership of the most experienced Ukrainian commander, a true battlefield commander, Colonel General Alexander Syrsky. He has successful defense experience. He conducted the Kyiv defense operation. He also has successful offensive experience, the Kharkiv liberation operation. I appointed Colonel General Syrsky as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine.
Syrsky has led Ukraine's ground forces since 2019. He has a reputation of being an obsessive planner. When Russia invaded Ukraine, Syrsky successfully defended Kyiv. He also pushed the Russian forces away from Kharkiv. As he charts the future for Ukraine's military, Syrsky has his work cut out. Breaking the Russian defenses is just one part of his mission. Syrsky also needs to fill in the big shoes of his predecessor.